This is a $9 million house in Miami, and I'm an expert in spotting design details. I'm going to show you the good, but also the bad design choices and any signs of poor construction execution as we determine if this money is well spent.
Today we're in Miami, Florida, and we're about to check out this newly constructed home behind me, built in 2024, offering 8 bedrooms, 8 full baths, and just over 8,000 square feet. Now the listing is just shy of $9 million. The area is Pinecrest, which I'll tell you more about in a moment. This listing is available with Michael Martinez. For any more information, check out the description below. So we're going to enjoy touring the full home today. We have the car out, some more cars in the garage that we're going to show you a little later on, as well as an incredible home to show you guys. The pool and garden of this home is incredible, and the principal suite I think is going to blow your mind. The bathroom, the bedroom, the outside terrace, very excited to show you. I'm Matt, you're watching the Luxury Home Show, and let's start the tour.
All right, before we get started, and I'll try not to stop too often, obviously I'm gonna point out the things that are just kind of glaring at me. The first thing that stands out is the turf here. Turf is not really a bad idea, especially in Miami. But what I will say is that in such tight areas here, expect to have real grass, because you can definitely see it. You can see as the seasons change and the wear changes, this is going to be always a lot greener than the rest of the grass. Just a small detail, but it stands out it sticks out like a sore thumb to me.
Starting the tour on the front exterior, we have 2 sets of electric gates, so an in and out drive feel. You can pull in this side and out that side. You'll see here that we have tons of parking, but it doesn't stop there because there is a 3-car garage on this side.
I'm gonna just stop right here really quick because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. This is actually pretty doggone good right here. And what I'm pointing at is that a lot of times in flat roof structures, you have the fascia trim where the roof the roof material like the TPO meets the actual hard surface. Typically what you'll do is they'll overlap it so that moisture doesn't get in it, and then they'll have the like aluminum formed fascia trim at the corners to cover up the seam. This doesn't have that. This is actually a really good level of high level execution. Just wanted to point that out. You'll notice it if you see some other houses that are designed this way. Not all do have this level of detail, and what it does, it just points to how well they've managed to mitigate the water intrusion or the water overlap on a flat surface. So let's give this a grade A just right away.
Now you can actually keep a total of 6 cars there. If you were to install an elevator, it is ready to do so. That is a car elevator, by the way. You can also have a human elevator inside. As well as the garage, we have a 2-car carport over this side, and of course lots of parking on the driveway, as you can see throughout. Now this is a brand new home. There is still some of the landscaping work to be finished off. To start off, we have this gorgeous lawn area here. The water,
and then you see what I mean. Now this isn't from nothing related to the architecture, but this is a piece of the whole, if you will. It makes up the entire profile of the home, but you can see the turf versus the real grass. It's just a real contrast here, just kind of annoying. Just small detail, just unexpected in the $9 million home.
Water feature as you enter inside the home, and lots of glazing. Let me know what you think to the overall design so far. My personal favorite look of the property is from the back, so you'll have to stay tuned to see that. Outside we have lots of lighting, we have your security system. As we continue towards the front door, we have 3 steps up. This is grey porcelain tiles, and here is your 9-foot pivot door.
Let me go back just a little bit here. Look at that. I don't know about this. There's a lack of cohesion here. We got 4 window panes and 3 openings for the sun, and then the structural elements are out of scale compared to the window mullions. It just doesn't. It looks like they were designed by 2 different people, executed very very well in terms of the construction piece, but the design does not really flow well.
We have your security system. As we continue towards the front door, we have 3 steps up. This is grey porcelain tiles, and here is your 9-foot pivot door. Now let me know below, how much do you think this door costs to install? I want your guesses before I tell you. It's an impressive doorway, no hinges that side, fully pivoting. It was $38,000. Goes to show the cost of going to building such a luxurious home. Well,
I promise I wasn't gonna stop it too often, but when I see this is for $38,000. You don't really have full view. I can't remember how wide he said it was. It looks like it's about 5 or 6 feet, but you only really have like maybe 4 feet of opening. And that's a lot of money to spend to get maybe, I guess, 60, 70% of your door opening.
It was $38,000. Goes to show the cost of going to building such a luxurious home. Welcome inside. So on my right, as you enter, you have a downstairs office, but that also could be a nice ground floor bedroom because it has the ensuite to my right. Now I'm going to take you through into the super impressive living area. It's all about volume of space in this home. We have 21-foot ceiling heights, and you really feel that throughout here because of how much glazing has been used, really connecting you with your tropical surroundings. Now, this is your living area, what it's been set up for, but behind the dividing wall there's a whole multi-purpose room. Could be a billiards room, but I think perfect for a movie room. Now I'm going to take you this way into the center and just really appreciate how impressive this overall space is. So as I look up to my right, that's the first floor, and you have a glass balustrade, almost like a catwalk up there. You can imagine just saying hello to your friends and family as everyone's enjoying this home. Now we have speaker surround system throughout, lots of great lighting, a 10-seater dining table here, and you've got tons of wall space for some amazing art. Now here we can see the glazed doors. Now these are actually 10 feet high, and they will open all the way up, but they're also hurricane proof, so up to 150-mile-an-hour winds, you're protected. From here I can look onto the swimming pool, the summer kitchen, the rest of the garden, but first let me take you through to the incredible open plan kitchen.
I think this is a great design detail. It shows symmetry. There's a definitely a modern touch to it. It also has the overhead lighting. And this is a cooking space, a cooking area, more work focused, and so you want this task lighting to be there. And I think even though it's kind of slim, I think it's actually pretty cool. It gets well. You also still have the lighting here, but you may not always need this right here. The can light or the recessed light up here. I actually like this as a detail. The LED strip right here.
The kitchen is primarily made up of this center island. Now they've gone for a dark black and wooden theme, and I think it's pulled off really nicely in here. This is a Dekton material, so very durable and ideal for actually getting a lot of use out of the space.
Dekton is a man-made product, FYI. Even though it looks like it could be real stone, it's a fabricated stone, which is good. It still looks good, but I would prefer with a lot of cold spaces, like the floor, the wall is pretty cold. Not really sure what kind of wood this is. I would have expected like a natural material, or would have wanted a natural material to kind of break up some of the coldness in here.
On this side, they have the gas hob, the Confield Viking appliances, and a...
All right. I promised I wouldn't go too far, but this is a $9 million house. This looks like a this range, and I know it's not a design. It's not the architectural detail of the house itself, but it speaks to where they cut corners. This should be a very sleek, maybe a Milo or a Gaggenau cooktop, or one of those ones where they cut the holes out for the individual gas burners. This is absolutely a compromise. This looks like something they may have already had in storage, and they said, well, let's just throw it in this house. Unacceptable for a $9 million house.
On for Viking appliances and a glazed splashback, so you can actually enjoy looking outside while you're using this space to cook and enjoy. There's actually a few wireless charging points in the kitchen island. We've got one here and one the other side. What's most impressive about this room for me is this drinks display. Gorgeous ambient lighting throughout there and a really nice amount of detailing. You could display lots of luxurious items throughout the space. Finally, in the kitchen is the fridge freezer. I really like how they've been hidden behind this wooden veneer, meaning that you've got all of that incredible space, but it's not in your face. These are also Viking appliances. Now, if that's not a big American fridge freezer,
it is. This is what I would have preferred. The rest of the cabinetry, or the fine woodwork, millwork rather, does a good job of obscuring, the heft of this Viking fridge. Looks like it's about I don't know, it could be 60-inch. I'm not really sure exactly. They could have made a trim piece that had, milled slots in it, so that you didn't see this. This is absolutely something that was overlooked, or they didn't consider what it would look like at the end after the appliances were installed. It just doesn't look cohesive with the rest of the house. I mean, with the rest of the kitchen, especially like this particular area just stands out like a sore thumb.
I don't know what is. So we're going to head to the other side of this open plan area. Again, the concept is very connected. You can flow through the whole house, breakfast bar or somewhere else to enjoy dining. Lots of great views to the outdoors, and another more cozy, slightly more intimate seating area to enjoy some media and just opening up. Now it's summer right now, but during the winter, you can actually have all of these doors open and just flow in and out nicely.
And just FYI, all these vents, these HVAC vents, these are off the shelf. Again, unexpected, or I would say for this level of the price range and the expectations for a $9 billion house, you don't want to have too many off the shelf products, and this is so far looking like it's pieced together with kind of like how Ford and Lincoln, they share parts. You may have a Ford Mustang, or let's say like a Ford truck, and then you'll find like in the Navigator will have some bits from a lesser car. That's what this looks like. This looks like they found pieces or found vents from another house where they had some leftover material and used these things. They're not bad. I just know they're off the shelf.
Enjoy some media and just opening up. Now it's summer right now, but during the winter, you can actually have all of these doors open and just flow in and out nicely. We continue the tour on the ground floor. Now I must tell you guys, the principal bedroom suite in this property is insane. I can't wait to show you that, so stay tuned. To finish off the ground floor tour, we're going to head down this wing. Now this is the service style quarters of the property. We have a powder room here with a black toilet. On my left is the housekeeper's room and ensuite, utility room, some more storage, and then we head through into the garage. Welcome to your 3-car garage, where, as we talked about, you can actually install a lift to have 2 levels. We've got American versus European in here with the Corvette and the Porsche. So let us know which you guys would choose for, or what's your dream 6-car setup if you're going all out and having a lift here. I have to say, whoever specced this Targa, these alloys are stunning, so that was a good choice. European option for me. Now we're going to head to the other side of the property, the right wing, and show you what's on offer over there. We've now explored the left wing of the home if you're looking at it from the front entrance. So back in the main living area, at the opposite side, we have the multimedia room, which we talked about at the start. Now this can take your opinions on what you would do with this space, but Look, you've got a lot to work with here. So it's dark enough to be a moving room, but you do also have a few nice aspects from the windows through there.
I have to say this. This is kind of it's killing me because it's getting drawing my eyes to it. These are design compromises. These are your typical receptacles, your outlet plug outlets. They make products where you can make them flush against the ceiling. My eyes are just being drawn there, maybe because this is just an empty room. But I'm looking at all the things, all the missed opportunities here, all the compromises, which I kind of understand that the developers will cut corners for costs for maximized profits. Let's say that. But in this house, it doesn't take a lot more effort to make these flush with the walls. Just something I'd rather not see in a house at this price range.
Now, over this side, we have another ground floor bedroom. So there's two possible ground floor bedrooms, but really one because I think you definitely need an office on the other side if you're paying for this home. This one has an ensuite and a nice access onto the garden. So here we are in the living space. It's time to head upstairs and show you everywhere else. Moving on to the first floor, I'm going to pause a moment and enjoy the view outside. It's nice to be able to walk up the stairs, look down, and also out onto your pool.
All right, I saw something else.
Outside, it's nice to be able to walk up the stairs, look down, and also out.
All right, take a look at that. I know these are infrastructure must-haves. I understand you have to have a return for the HVAC, but it doesn't have to be so ugly. I think a little bit more architectural input or architectural design input would make this a little bit more cohesive. But this looks like an office, something like you find in an office building, not in a house where you want to where you're trying to attract a certain buyer. Again, unacceptable.
Up onto your pool. So we're going to go into the principal suite first. That is accessed via this set of double doors. Got hardwood flooring upstairs, which changes from the grey porcelain tiles, if you remember. Now there's a small storage cupboard through there. And you're really invited down this corridor, and it opens up to a super impressive bedroom. Now, proportionally, this is a massive room. You've got a large bed in here, but it's quite dwarfed by the scale of the room itself. Got a great view outside, tons of natural glazing. And then over here is the private terrace. So I'll take you out there and we can enjoy some of the views. This area has to be one of my favourite parts about the property. It's very relaxing. You can hear the sound of the water by the pool. Step out here in the morning with a nice espresso and just enjoy life. We've then got some lighting surrounding. But let's head back in. I'm going to show you the ensuite area, which is almost as big as the bedroom. This room is impressive. It's nice to get into that cool AC. So I'm going to take you through this side. We came in over there, but this is the next section of the room. So it's been staged beautifully as a little seating area, but you could have a full-on dressing setup through here. You've got nice natural light coming through there, and it's nicely connected then to your walk-in wardrobe. So empty at the moment, but you've got a dual section, so you could have an island in here, lots of bespoke wardrobes around, and the same with this side. Now let's go and see the ensuite. Interestingly, they've got separate toilets, so there's one this side and one the other side. Let me know what you think to that. Would you rather them be in an open area? I personally like a view, but it's nice having two separate ones. This is the main part of the ensuite bathroom. I mean, look at the size of this space. Completely feels like a spa. You've got palm trees around you outside, so freestanding bath. And then this here, again, is a porcelain, but with the wood effect, with all the water and humidity. You're not necessarily going to use real wood. I love that they've gone for that rather than the tile. And then you've got a big rainfall shower head up here.
No, I disagree. They just shouldn't have used this product in the bathroom. It's supposed to look like wood. You don't want a material that looks like wood unless it's in a much lesser house. This looks like wood slats. And if I want to go for that look, I'd want to incorporate actual real wood. But I understand why they can't because of the humidity. It would just wreak havoc on this wood. But they just shouldn't have. This is a bad design choice. The marble or the stone or not. I don't think this is marble. This stone tile is beautiful. I believe these look like Delta fixtures, which aren't bad in itself, but I would prefer to see something like the Delta's higher end, like Brizo or something, maybe MTech or something that has a little bit more finish appeal to it, and not just something that that just is kind of thrown in there just to match the rest of the house. But this is a bad design choice. This is almost like having they call it luxury vinyl plank flooring, which you would never see or you shouldn't see in a house like this. This is the same thing.
They've gone for that rather than the tile. And this here again is a porcelain, but with the wood effect, with all the water and
Just look at that. I don't like it.
humidity. You're not necessarily going to use real wood. I love that they've gone for that rather than the tile. And then you've got a big rainfall shower head up there. Dual sinks this side, as you can see. The speaker system carries on throughout here, so you can enjoy your tunes while you're having a shower in the bath or just getting ready in the morning. And then we have the second toilet this side. So yeah, toilets are separate to the bedroom. Then we have the doors that we came through when we started the tour of the principal suite. So that's the entire right side of the property on the first floor. Now we're back up on the landing. Again, got amazing views across there. You can look out to the front.
I like that they had now this isn't real wood. This looks like this is engineered wood, which I understand. In order to get it super flat like this, it needs to most likely be an engineered product, which is probably why they didn't. I understand why they didn't put it down on the first floor, likely because of the Florida humidity. Again, it would just make those floors move all over the place. I would prefer them to have carried this down here too, to make it look more warm. It looks great up here. It doesn't have to be like a super strong wood grain pattern, just like it is right here. But I would want them to do the same thing down here just to make it look really finished.
Then we're going to go to your sitting area. So this has been set up as like another media location. You can have a relax here and enjoy it. Maybe a good space for a gaming console, or you could have like some chess up here, family board games. Just nice having a seating area in your hallway. So then bedrooms wise, I'll show you the others that we have up here. This is a nice room because you've got a great view onto the pool all the way throughout. I love that the windows go from the floor all the way to the ceiling. This one has an ensuite through that side, as well as some glazing over there. So
I saw something. Sorry, guys.
The others that we have up here. This is a nice room because
right here. This tells me they didn't. When you use this trim panel around this Nest thermostat, which is an old one, by the way, and I think this house was built maybe like a couple years ago. This is an old Nest thermostat, but it uses this trim piece is kind of like like an aftermarket type of deal, where not aftermarket, it comes with it, but it's designed to cover like if you, let's say if you had an existing thermostat that was square and it may have had holes in it or something like that for the mounting bracket or whatever, you would use this to cover up that space. This is a trim piece to cover imperfections in the installation. So when I see this tells me a lot. Let me know what you think in the comments. What this says about this home to you in a $9 million house.
because you've got a great view onto the pool all the way throughout. I love that the windows go from the floor all the way to the ceiling. This one has an ensuite through that side, as well as some glazing over there, so you've got more views. Now, that's at the back of the property, and this is too. So you've got another like upstairs laundry, washer over dryer. Then we've got another bedroom and bathroom through there. In front of me on this side are the next bedroom. So we've seen the back of the property. Got a bedroom through there. Another bedroom on this side. So there's 8 in total. I'm not going to show you them all. Here to show you around the highlights of the property. But I want to take you outside now, explore this garden a little more. We'll take a look at the home from the back, check out the pool and the summer kitchen. Let's go. Now, this is really what it's all about. When you have something in a location like Miami with beautiful weather all year round, you want to be able to make the most of the in and outdoor living. And by designing and building a modern home like this that has tons of glazing, tons of sliding doors, you feel very connected to the outside. And that's something that makes Pinecrest such a popular area. Pinecrest is situated in the southern part of Miami-Dade County, just south of Coral Gables. It's about a 20 to 30 minute drive from downtown Miami and the Miami International Airport. The village is well connected by major roads like US 1 and the Palmetto Expressway. Pinecrest is primarily a residential community known for its large, single-family homes set on expansive lots. Many properties feature beautiful landscaping, pools, and tennis courts. The area is popular with families due to its suburban feel, safety, and proximity to top.
Yeah, showing it at this from this vantage point doesn't do a whole lot for me. I'm not digging the grid pattern here. I think I would have done something different. Maybe like something poured concrete, and also something different than blocks. The house is already blocking. It already has that. And I know sometimes you maybe want to have some continuity between all the different surfaces and different pieces of the property for cohesiveness. I would have preferred though to have something a little softer edged with the driveway here. You don't really see it as you approach it, but you can see it here, and it's just ugly, especially like this walkway. I don't think they didn't need to do it this way. I think if they could have just maybe, instead of going diagonal here, they just could have followed one of these grids here. It looks like it lines up just right. I think they could have did that. Again, this is a small detail, but this just looks like someone said, "Oh, we're done with the house. Now we need to put a pathway in it, make it look, I don't know. I don't know. This doesn't flow well."
Rated public and private schools. So you're very close to all of the action, but yet this area feels a lot more village-like. It's very private, sat out here or walking around outside in the garden. You've got the greenery around you. The only sounds come from the pool and the nature. And so getting these exclusive cots is quite desirable. So the swimming pool is 18 feet by 50 feet. It has a seating area this side with some jets, so you can enjoy a jacuzzi spa.
There's another thing too. I mean, I don't know why people do this. This is definitely a cost-cutting kind of scenario right here. He's having to walk on the edge, and it's not really a comfortable way for him to walk around here. I think if they had extended this out, just maybe another 3 or 4 feet to make it feel comfortable. This looks like you're kind of tiptoeing on the edge, and you're trying to keep yourself from falling in. It's just something that you wouldn't. I would have done something really different, so that you can experience this pool in the way that you should be experiencing it. So right now you only really have this section here, and the other side right here. So maybe just an L-shaped way to experience the pool. Otherwise, you're tiptoeing around it. People not really like you can't really set up like pool chairs or something like that where it looks not like an afterthought. You can't really do it right here. You're in the grass. It just isn't a good choice. And I'm going to stop it right here. I really wanted to show you too, or I can at least talk about it when you can rewatch this. There's a lot of stark white and really flat blacks in this house, and I think that may be the one thing that really keeps this house from shining, from being what it really needs to be. I think if it had been more, maybe like some the window, all the window frames and things like that, it's just way too much black. I would have preferred it to be maybe like a dark metallic, like a bronze or something like that, something to give it a feeling of luxury. The black in the flat black and the stark white just doesn't do it. It speaks to it being more modern, but from a luxury type of high execution, elevated, kind of property, it just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. I'm okay with some of it here and even down here, maybe even out here. But everywhere in the house, on the front and the back, or inside and out, interior, exterior window frames, it's just way too much. It's overwhelming. and it's kind of hard to appreciate all the different details because there's so few opportunities to experience warmer materials, more natural materials, that it just stands out. Let me know what you think. I think it's just not a $9 million house. I think this is probably a $3 million house. If I'm being honest, that may be, it may be maybe a $3 million cost to build, maybe. And that's a strong maybe. I guess we're paying for the Miami weather, but this does not fit a $9 million house from my perspective. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time.